Hi everyone, I got a thing, so a novelty thing from RubyKaigi here, and not sure what it is, so I'm just gonna open it up, and it seems like a bunch of electronics, but I'm gonna try and figure out what it is and how it fits together, and yeah, let's find out. Let's find out what's going on. Let's open the package up. So I got this from RubyKaigi, and no, it looks like circuit board. Looks like we need to put in a microcontroller of some sort over here, and looks like these are holes for keys as well. So we're gonna look at that. This looks like the top cover. So let's see. Let's go out with Ruby in your pocket. So oh, it looks like there's Ruby involved here. So there's so it looks like there's gonna be maybe some programming to go with this. So it looks like this goes on top here. This goes on top here. Okay, so it looks like there's a QR code here as well that we can we'll have a look at a web page later. Then there is this. These are more. There's some components in here. So let's take them all out. Whoa. So we've got like standoffs, I guess. These are standoffs. So it's three standoffs. Okay, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3. It's 3 standoffs. Bunch of screws. And what is these? These look like switches, like Tact. So these look like switches. And looks like there's 4 of these. 4 of these switches. So a bunch of screws. I'm guessing that they're going. There's 6 of them. Yeah, there's 6 of them. They go into these 3 standoffs. And 3 standoffs here. And finally, there's more stuff in here. What is this? Oh, what are these? These look like LEDs. Yeah, these are probably LEDs. I don't know which way they go in though, so we're gonna have to find out. Looks like they have some markings here, so that's probably a clue. And what is this? This is another LED, is it? I'm just gonna guess that. This is another LED. I guess. Oh right. Then there's like little rubber legs that I guess go. Well, I'm not sure which side is bottom either. So we'll find out. We'll find out where these rubber legs go. But for now, let's have a look at the website. Okay, so this is the website, and looks like this shows a bunch of things that we need. So okay, so it looks like we have those. Those are the things that come with it. Spacers, okay. Screws and Tact switches and rubber feet. Okay, sweet. So it looks like that the package comes with these things, and these are the things that we need to get. So we're gonna need a CL RP2040. So I'm gonna be able to get that at Akizuki. 7-pin header. Okay, so I'm gonna have to buy a bunch of these headers as well for the RP2040. And we'll need MX compatible switches as well. So those are these switches here. 5 pins, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna need the 5-pin ones, and I'm gonna need 4 of them. 1 need keycaps. Okay, so I'm gonna need those as well. And tools, temperature control, soldering iron. Okay, so I'm gonna just use my soldering iron that I have. Low temperature solder, some tweezers, masking tape, nippers, tester. Okay, sweet. I have most of these things. What's a tester? Tester's a oh, I see. Okay, it's just a multimeter. Okay, sweet. Okay, so that's a tester. So before starting the implementation, first check if you. Oh, okay. So let's see. We've got the firmware here. So I guess we can just go straight in and download the firmware. So I'm guessing it's oh, it's right there. Okay, sweet. So let's just download that. And And what else do we need? To download the UTF file. So the UTF file is an executable for the Raspberry Pi Pico. You basically like drop it into it mounts itself as a drive, as a USB drive. You just drop it in there and then it executes the file. It's really simple. Try and drop the file. Yep. And then it will be remounted as PRK firmware. So go download Keymap and drag and drop. Oh, so okay, so we'll drop the UTF file in first, and then we'll draw the keymap, or we draw the keymap first. Then I guess we draw the U2F file in first. I'm not sure how this is gonna work. So let's just download that. It's actually, out of curiosity, let's have a look at this. Oh, so it's just a bunch of Ruby. Okay, sweet. Okay, so control. I know this. Okay, when tap any key and hold move layer. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, okay. So you get to send keyboard macros. Okay, that's sweet. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm able to actually just like send in key prep. With one key I'll type the entire the string in, I guess. I'm guessing. So okay, so and then okay, so this just tells the RGBs to light up in a particular way. Sweet, awesome. So okay, so the rest of it is okay. So it's just like the rest of it is soldering work. So so it looks like I'm gonna have to go out and grab a bunch of these things, and once I've grabbed them, I'll be back and we can start soldering.
A few hours later.
Okay, so I bought a bunch of the key switches that were mentioned on the website. So there's these Cherry MX switches that I bought, and bought 5 of them in case I broke one. But, so I like the blues because they're clicky. See, they're clicky. So I just bought 5 of them to put in there. I only need 4 of them, and so what happens is you could actually just put them in this way. I think this is the way. I think this is the way they go in. Oh wait, no, it's the other way around. So they go in this way. Looks like, yeah, they go in this way. Oh, the pins fit perfectly. Okay, so they go in this way. So I'm gonna have to. So they go in this way. It's fit perfectly in there. So I'm gonna have to read the website and find out what the order of things is. But in addition to this, I've also bought one of these seed xiaos. So they're like a variant of the Raspberry Pi Pico, and they use the Pi Pico under the hood, but they've got a smaller form factor. It seems in USB-C outlet. So this is the microcontroller that's specified in the website, and I'm gonna be using that as well. And in addition to that, I bought a bunch of headers as well, and I put them in a breadboard here, so they're easy to solder. So this is actually one of the little tricks about soldering I'm going to show you guys later on, is that you just drop them into a breadboard like this, and you can you get the pins all lined up really nicely, and this will allow you to solder them properly without having to use like masking tape stuff, as the website shows. I don't like using tape because like the website said, it tends to melt from the solder. So I generally put them into a breadboard like this, and then I solder them in place. Obviously, a breadboard is also made of plastic, so that soldering like this, if you leave it for too long, you can actually like damage the breadboard. So you still gotta do this carefully, but it's a lot simpler. Yes. In addition, I got these keycaps from RubyKaigi as well. I didn't know what they were for at first. I thought they were just like novelty keycaps, and like you put them on the whatever low profile keyboard. But it turns out that it's actually for this project too. So I'm actually really happy that I picked them up before they ran out. So yeah, these are gonna fit. These fit really nicely on top of the Cherry MX switches. So they I think they go on. I hope they go on. Like, I'm actually kind of concerned about. I hope they go on. I am actually kind of concerned that they don't now. Like, oh wait, there we go. Okay. So they work. So I can put these keycaps on top. But I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna solder the things up first according to how the website tells me to do it, and then we'll put the keycaps on last. All right, let's go. So according to the website, it looks like we have to solder the LEDs first. So so let's get to that. So I've got my soldering iron all set up, and I'm just gonna put my little pincers here so I can look at them, and I can just use it to hold on to the board. So it holds it nice and stable, and I can keep it so it's nice and stable here, so I can like solder it all on properly. Okay, so I think the first thing I have to do. So I'm using a pretty not a very good solder here, and so I'm using one of these really cheap soldering irons that you can get for like 2,000 yen. It's extremely cheap, not even temperature controlled ones. So I'm gonna have to be very careful with these. So I'm gonna use. So what I'm gonna do first of all is the website shows that you put the LEDs on and solder them on, but I have a different way of doing it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a bit of solder on top of each of these first, so I can lock them in place. So I'm just gonna pretend them a bit of solder. So I'm just gonna get a bit of solder on the thing. I'm gonna put a bit of solder on. I'm gonna put a bit of solder on each of these ports, and later on I'm gonna just gonna put a bit of solder on each of them. And basically this is just a little bit of pretense, so I can for a place to hold them. So hold one of the legs first, and then I'll solder the rest of the legs on after that. So I'm gonna have to. So these are the LEDs. So I'm gonna have to like find out how to open this up. Just gonna open this up. Just gonna peel this off, and let's have a look at. Whoa. Okay. So I think they do have a little triangle thing. Yep. There we go. That's the triangle thing. So I reckon that triangle thing, that little triangle bit here. So there's a little triangular bit here. So I'm just gonna put this away. Let's put it away a bit. So the small little triangular bit on the top left side here, that corresponds to the triangular thing here. So that tells us which way this lead should go on to it. So I'm just gonna put it in place like this. I'm just gonna roll them in. Oh no, I think putting that solder on first might have been a bad idea. I don't know. Oh, we'll see. So we'll just let that sink in. So the next one as well, we're just gonna try and align that triangular bit. I'm gonna use a pair of tweezers to hold on to the little things. I'm gonna light up here so I can see it. I'm just gonna use a pair of tweezers to hold them in place and secure them in place while I melt the anchor solder. So there we go. That goes in right there. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. Alright, so next thing. It's just gonna open up this little package here. Just gonna open up this little package here. Just hitting the camera a bit much today because it's so close to the thing. So there we go. We've got got a big light out, and we got to figure out how to orient this one. So I'm not sure actually how you go about orienting this one. So the large LED, the upper left corresponds to the corner where the LED is hung. That's the corner. Okay, so this one, this fella, the corner. There's a corner up here. There's a corner up top here, and that corresponds with the big L shape. So that goes right there. That goes right there, and we have to sort of melt the solder and then stick the thing into place. Should be sweet. Okay, there we go. Sweet. Okay, cool. So now, all we have to do is solder the rest of the legs. So I'm just gonna quickly do that right now. Give it a bit of solder. Clean the rest of that up. All right. So we're just gonna. So I've just got this all soldered up nicely, and that looks pretty good actually. I think soldering skills are not the best, but they look like they're connected. So let's move on to the next step. So the next step is to actually solder in the pin headers. So according to the website, I need to solder the pin headers up through here. So the Arduino is supposed to come up on this side, whereas the pins are supposed to go down through that side. So I'm just gonna use my breadboard thing. I'm just gonna make it so that it holds on to the pins like this. I'm just gonna give it a bit of just gonna put something up there to give it a bit of leverage. So so the pins are held. The pins are held in place. So it doesn't wobble back and forth while I'm soldering it. And then I'm gonna have to solder these pins. Yep. So the pin headers will be on the other side. Yep. Okay. So I'm just gonna do that right now. So I'm just gonna solder all these pins on. So I've got them soldered in place now, and as you can see, there's a bit of yellow stuff. So we actually have that yellow stuff on the other side as well. Let me just pull that off the breadboard. So I just finished soldering that, and so you can see that the pin headers are nicely set up, just like as they expect it to be in the picture. And you see all this white, this yellow stuff. That's actually the yellow stuff is actually the rosin and the flux residue. So I'm just for the in the interests of actually cosmetics, I'm actually gonna give this a bit of a clean up, so that we don't so it'll be a lot nicer to look at. So I'm just gonna use a bit of flux cleaner, and it's just a bit of alcohol really, and that we're just gonna use that to clean up this stuff. So I'm just gonna give it a bit of a rub, and then there we go. Then I'm just gonna give it a bit of a tap using some bit of tissue to get rid of all the yellow stuff. And I'm gonna do that on this side as well. So you can see all the alcohol just doing its magic. You can see all the alcohol just doing all of the its magic on the flux there. So that'll just clean off. That'll just clean off really nicely, because then we'll just get rid of all of that stuff, and there we go, beautiful. So you get this really nice, non-yellow thing that's going. Just get rid of all that yellow stuff. Okay, so the next thing to do is to actually solder these little tact switches on as well. So these will just go on and face outwards to the side, it looks like. So I'm just gonna put them in there, and just gonna put each of, whoa, just hitting the camera every time. So each of these, I'm just gonna put each of these in here. There we go. Awesome. Okay. And then on the other side, I'm gonna have to put in these switches. So these switches go in this way. So they're gonna have to tag in. So I'm probably gonna do that. I'm probably gonna do these switches after I solder these tact switches, actually, because these tact switches look like they're pretty close to the other bits. So I'm just gonna do that first. Okay, so I think I did a bit better here than with the surface mount LEDs. Also good at surface mount soldering. Okay, so here we have Cherry MX switches. So we've got 4 of them. So I'm just gonna insert them. So since we're gonna insert them over here, we're gonna have to like solder them on over on the other side, but we're only going to solder the metal bits, so that stuff is going to go in first. So these are 5 pins. So 5 pin actually means the 3 plastic pins and the 2 metal pins, which are the actual switch. So we're just gonna give it a bit of a shove, shove it in there. Yeah. And there's a clip. So 2 of the pins are clips, so we're gonna have to like give them a significant amount of push to drive them straight in. So I'm just gonna push quite hard on them, and basically what happens is these pins actually secure them to the board, and that makes them a lot more secure in their place. So okay, so that looks okay. It looks like all of them are nice and flush. Now I can solder them. So I'm just gonna. All right. So first ones. So I'm just gonna do the really difficult one first. The one that's really far inside. Oh wait. Let's give this a bit of a clean, and then I'll do this. Just give it a bit of solder them in. There we go. And this one too. There we go. That went in nice. This one too. Let's just let that go in there. Okay. And this one as well. There we go. That seems to work out really nicely. Okay, so it's just as if everything, we have to survey our work, make sure we didn't leave anything out. So this is the bit here. So those pins are soldered, and so and so are those. Okay, so I'm not gonna solder the plastic in. Obviously, they're plastic. I'm just gonna, and with all of this, I'm just gonna give this a bit of a cleanup. You know, just dab some alcohol into all of them. And we're done. Awesome. I think, there we go. I think we're done with all of the soldering we need to do. So now I think we can move on and start looking at how we want to looking at the programming bit. So I skipped over the programming bit for a bit. So we're gonna do that now. Okay, so I've got another. So we're gonna go in and program the microcontroller. So first of all, I'm just gonna hold this onto the breadboard like this. Just put in a random pin header there, and I'm gonna grab my just gonna grab the the USB-C thing. We're gonna give it a we're gonna just quickly program it, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm just gonna insert that, and okay, there we go. So that turns on. So the first thing is we're going to have to set it in boot cell mode. So I'm just gonna disconnect it. Disconnect it over here first. So I'm just gonna disconnect it here, and then I'm gonna. I think so I think like the B button over there is actually the boot cell mode. So I'm just gonna hold that button down while I reconnect it, and that should come up. Actually, should come up as a flash drive, I think. Okay, there we go. So that's the flash drive, and we're just going to copy the UF2 file. So so we're gonna copy that PRK firmware that I just downloaded from the website. We're just gonna download it, and we're gonna put it into, we're gonna copy it into this thing. So once we've done that, it says that we should have it. It should come up as instead of an RP2, it should come up now as a PRK drive, which is what the release notes actually said about that. So we're gonna have to look at that. Okay, so it seems like it's come up as a PRK drive. That's perfect. Okay, that's exactly what we want. Now we're gonna copy this keymap.rb in it. So this keymap.rb looks like the mappings for the keys that we're gonna use. So we're gonna throw all of that in. So we're gonna throw that in. So it doesn't look like the microcontroller actually is doing anything. So I guess it compiles it on the fly. Okay, so I guess because this entire process seems to be working really fine. I think our microcontroller is fine. So I think this is a sign that it's okay for us to solder the microcontroller indirectly. So let's do that. So obviously this is going to be move out this way, right? So let me just check the website for a bit. So the website, yep, okay. So the website does show that the microcontroller goes in this way. So the microcontroller goes in this way. So I'm just gonna throw that right in there. Okay, that went in actually really well. So I'm just gonna have to solder all of that in there. Okay, so I'm gonna need to. These non-temperature controlled soldering irons, they have their limits, because they corrode really fast once you've had them on for a while. So they're not the best for some really sensitive components sometimes. So you wanna just like, oh shit, I think I may have made that like jump a bit, but okay, that it doesn't seem okay. It doesn't seem like I did anything bad. So I'm just gonna continue doing soldering them in. So this is gonna go in there. Oh, come on. I need you to go in more. Okay, there we go. Okay, I just need to do that one or last one without melting the stuff on the right side, because that switch over there, I don't wanna mess that up. But it's not gonna melt the metal, it's gonna melt the plastic, and you know, if the plastic melts, it's probably gonna go all over the place, and it's probably gonna make it really hard. So I think I soldered it right. I think most of it is I think it went over the castellated edges, but I think that's perfectly fine. Like we just need that metallic connection with the bits there. So now that we've gotten the joints, the solder joints all done here, I'm actually not going to clean this flux off, because like this slightly plasticky looking kind of flux residue actually looks kind of nice. Like it actually feels like it's a job well done. So I might actually just leave it the way it is, and not actually clean that that flux. So the next thing I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna start putting on these standoffs and screws on, and I'm just gonna go grab one of the screws. Oh, so I'll need a smaller screwdriver for this. Let me just go grab that. That's another one that we're gonna have to screw this into, and we're gonna see what happens later. So I'm just gonna quickly tighten these up. Okay, so now we've got all of the stuff hooked up. We can actually just give it a go. So I'm just gonna hook it up to. Let me just look for the USB-C cable. Just gonna quickly hook it up. Actually, like before we do any more with it, let's just throw it up and see what happens. Oh wow, it's actually kind of. Oh wow, the lights are working. So that's a relief. And oh, there's another. Oh, the big LED is actually facing downwards in there. So it's actually lighting up the inside of that too. And oh right, okay, so it lights right through to this thing to actually show you the LEDs. So to actually lights this Ruby up. So I think I'll turn the lights off and we'll see. You will see a lot clearer. Let me just turn this light off as well, and so you'll be able to actually see it lit up. So it's actually kind of nice now. It's like changing the LED lights as it goes, and then the inside as well. So I'm just gonna try and like press a button here and see what happens. So I don't have Rails working right now, so not in this directory anyway. But that's pretty funny. Let's see what the other button does. Oh, that does Rails console. Okay, how about this one? Let's have a look at this one. Bundle exec something, right? Oh, perfect. Bundle exec rake. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. So that's good. So we just need the next thing to say rake test. I wonder what the other buttons do. Oh, this one's actually Control C. What about this one? I don't know what that one does. It doesn't see. Maybe that's something we wanna add in later on. Like maybe I'll open the keymap.rb later. But that's pretty cool. That's actually like sending keyboard commands, so I can actually write keyboard macros to each of these buttons, in Ruby, and because it's Ruby, I can actually like do all sorts of other things, like do timers and shit as well. So that's kind of neat. Yeah, I might actually, like, this video is actually getting pretty long, so I might actually like go into maybe like the details about Keymap RB later on. But this is actually pretty neat. So as a finisher, I think what I'll do now is I'm just gonna quickly I'll just quickly finish up the project here. So I've got these keys up here, and so I don't remember which one was bundle exec, but maybe I'll just throw maybe I'll just just throw the random keycaps on this, and I'm just gonna put the legs on. There we go. Project complete. Now I get to send all sorts of things out to my computer without having to write any keyboard emulation stuff anymore. This is gonna be really fun to play around with. Alright, thanks everyone for coming to watch this video. I think I might actually have something in my throat, so I'm just gonna call it a day today. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. See ya, bye.